Welcome to The Explainer. You ever watch a grandmaster play blindfolded and just wonder, how on earth do they do that? Well, it's not magic. It all starts with one single skill, being able to see the entire 64-square battlefield perfectly in your mind. Today, we're going to break down exactly how you can learn to do that. This is step one to unlocking some seriously powerful chess vision. So, what is that secret? You might think it's about memorizing a bunch of openings or crazy tactical patterns, but nope, not at first. The real secret to playing blindfolded and calculating like a master is all about what you can see in your mind's eye, long before you even touch a single piece. And this quote really hits the nail on the head. True chess strength doesn't start with the kings and queens and rooks. It starts with the board itself. You have to internalize the terrain before you can even think about commanding the army. Okay, so let's build this skill right from the ground up. First things first, we've got to decode the board's coordinate system. And it all begins with one simple rule you can never, ever forget. Before you learn the name of a single square, you have to burn this into your brain. White on the right. It doesn't matter which side you're playing from, the square in the bottom right corner must be a light-colored square. If you get this wrong, the whole system it falls apart. So the chessboard is really just a grid, right? And that grid has two parts. The first part is the files. Just think of these as the vertical columns running up and down the board. They're labeled with letters, from A all the way to H. And the other half of that grid, those are the ranks. These are the horizontal rows, going from side to side. They're labeled with numbers 1 through 8. So every single square on the board gets its own unique name by combining one file and one rank. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Your perspective on the board completely changes the coordinates. So if you're playing as white, you're at the bottom of the board, and the ranks count up, away from you, from 1 to 8. But if you're playing as black, everything is flipped. You start on rank 8, and you count down towards rank 1. Being able to switch this mental map in an instant is absolutely crucial. All right, time for a little pop quiz. Let's look at the board from white side. Take a second. Can you tell me the name of the square that knight is sitting on? That's it. It's F7. You go over to the F file and all the way up to the 7th rank. Pretty simple, right? From white's point of view, that square is deep in enemy territory. Okay, let's flip our thinking completely. Now you're sitting in the black chair. Remember, the files and ranks are counted from your side now. So, what square is this rook on? And this just shows that mental shift perfectly. From black's perspective, you're counting down the ranks. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. The files still run the same way off from white's left, so it's on the F file. That makes it F4. Getting this switch down is totally non-negotiable. Okay, you've nailed level 1. You can name any square from either side. Now it's time for level 2. Knowing the color of that square without even having to look at a board. This, my friends, is where the real magic of visualization starts to happen. The secret here is this really cool, simple system called the even-odd technique. All it takes is some basic math that you already know, and it's a completely foolproof way to paint a picture of the board's color pattern in your head. So the key idea is right here. We're just going to classify every file and every rank as either odd or even. So the odd files are A, C, E, and G. The odd ranks are 1, 3, 5, and 7. Everything else, it's even. That's it. That's the whole foundation for this trick. And here's the 4-step formula. It's super easy. 1, you figure out if the file is odd or even. 2, you do the exact same thing for the rank. 3, you combine them with this simple rule. If they're the same type, like odd plus odd, the result is even. If they're a mix, like odd plus even, the result is odd. And finally, here's the punchline. An even result is always a dark square. An odd result is always a light square. Let's try it out right now. And hey, for a real challenge, seriously, close your eyes and just use the formula. The square is A3. Is it a light square or a dark square? And the answer is dark. Let's break it down. A is the first file, so that's odd. 3 is the third rank, that's also odd. And what happens when you have an odd plus an odd? You get an even result. And an even result always means it's a dark square, see? It works every single time. And just like that, you now have the 2 essential tools you need to build a complete, detailed mental map of the entire chessboard. You've got the coordinate system, and you've got the color code. So what have we really learned? Well, you can now instantly figure out any square's unique name, and you can tell what color it is, all without needing a physical board in front of you. These are the absolute fundamental building blocks for some seriously powerful, next-level chess calculation. And to wrap this all up, here's a final little brain teaser for you to test out your new skills. So, without looking at a board, are the squares B2 and F6 on the same diagonal? Now, think about it. To answer that question, the first thing you have to do is figure out the color of each square, because if they're not the same color, there's no way they can be on the same diagonal. Give it a shot. I'll see you next time.